Hello my friends. My name is Bot Mathematician and this is Holomancer.
Also, Chief Investigative Reporter Dora joined us this evening.
Gadgets and Gazette always gets the scoop. The Great Dark Beyond is the most exciting Hearthstone set of the year. Many unique mechanics, synergies and new strategies await us in the new expansion.
Reveal season is my favorite period. Once again we researched the impressions of our audience, Twitch streamers and popular YouTubers about the new legendary cards. Based on the information received, we compiled a list of the best and worst legendary cards based on the community's expectations.
This list is not intended to be used as a crafting guide, but it will help you get an idea of the community's perceptions of the potential utility of new cards. Personally, I use this list when opening new packs to get an idea of how many potentially powerful cards I've received.
But before we begin, I want to remind you that our videos have subtitles and you can use the auto-translate function. Special thanks to Davey for editing and adapting the subtitles for our Brazilian viewers. Often community expectations do not match reality. A seemingly useless card can take a prominent place in the game. At the same time, the most powerful card on paper turns out to be practically useless in the meta.
A few words about our approach to list building. Throughout the reveal season, players have been coming to our community tab to share their ratings and impressions. Dear viewers, many thanks to everyone who took part in our polls.
We've turned our community voting results into an estimated power quotient, which is expressed as a percentage. Let's imagine that everyone in the poll voted that the card is meta-defining and deserves a 5-star rating. In this case, the estimated power quotient coefficient will be 100%.
I spied on famous personalities and carefully took notes on their impressions of the new cards. I collected ratings from Zeddy, Rarin and RegisKillbin. It is worth noting that each popular expert has his own method of compiling ratings. We have to ignore some nuances to be able to collect them in one list. You can look at their reviews to learn more about the logic of their ratings. Please do not be too harsh on their predictions and remember that ratings are created for fun. In addition, we have added the overall rating from the HS Set review site for the first time. I'm ashamed, but I didn't know about this site before. Here you can find ratings from the most popular streamers. Since the users of the site use a 4-star rating system, we had to adapt the results to a 5-star system.
Our community plus popular YouTubers and the overall rating of HS Set review users equally influence the final result. Thus, each card received a star rating based on the overall score and a stamp that shows the card's prospects.
When the video was almost ready, I saw the rating from Flair and couldn't resist adding it. I really love videos of this YouTuber. Unfortunately, by then the results had already been tallied and his scores don't affect the overall results, but I just can't ignore his ratings. Therefore, we decided to present it as a bonus.
Let's finally get to the list, and then we'll come back to discuss the results.
Oh, legendary!
The results are extremely surprising. By the way, you have the opportunity to prepare for the release of the Great Dark Beyond and make the most of your resources.
We have collected all the most important facts about the economy, rewards and mechanics in our previous video, and we have also made new calculations about the benefits of pre-orders and the optimal number of packs to buy. In addition, in the comments below that video, we collect data about your level on the rewards track. These stats will help us determine the level of player engagement during the expansion phase of Perils in Paradise. Learn important information and participate in the research. Link in the description.
Let's move on to the conclusions. Community assumptions do not always match reality. You can look at our previous overall rankings and see that some cards are overrated, while some key cards of the current metagame were not even in the top 10. We have created a separate playlist. You can find the link in the description.
Based on the community ratings, we can come to the conclusion that most legendary cards are good but not too crazy.
Only Exarch Maladar is rated near maxed out and can be considered too powerful, but that's no guarantee that it will be a key tool for Death Knight, even though it's relatively versatile. The only limitation is a single unholy rune. The card can find a place in most hybrid strategies and in the rainbow archetype, but that doesn't mean it will necessarily be heavily used. Hearthstone contains a large number of versatile tools that are theoretically useful in many scenarios, but in reality turn out to be rather optional.
Deck building has become more complex. It's no longer enough to put a card in your deck that has a more powerful effect than the others. To be effective, builds need powerful synergies. Moreover, often for weak cards, developers create conditions in which the player is able to benefit greatly. The modern game is very different from classic Hearthstone. Despite the huge variation in new mechanics and strategies, they may not be competitive for the metagame. The current level of card power is very high, and the new set looks more balanced at first glance. For this reason, additional balance changes may be needed to make the new strategies influential. Despite this, it is very likely that some of the new cards will still get out of hand. This is already becoming a good tradition. As a rule, the third set of the year is the most unpredictable. Often the failed expansions are the latest add-ons. But at the same time, we have often seen very good expansions. Some players have speculated that the reduced power level of the Great Dark Beyond is a signal to destroy power creep after the rotation.
We've been hearing such opinions for a few years now, but maybe this time they'll prove to be true. In any case, I am very excited about the concept and new gameplay mechanics of the Great Dark Beyond. I really want them to be viable and I can't wait to see what impact they will have on the gaming environment.
What do you think? Share with us your impressions of the new set. Which legendary card do you want to find in your packs the most?
Share your thoughts in the comments and join the polls in the community tab.
Traditionally, we want to express our boundless gratitude to our sponsors.
Dear friends, your help is invaluable. We will be grateful for any support.
Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for spending this time with us. We really hope that we will have the opportunity to get in touch in the next video.
Take care of yourself.
And never give up.
Job's done.